Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. We are here for race number 10 in Season 1 of the Wawa Pro Series. This is the Pennsylvania 100K, 25 laps of action around this 1.5, or should I say 2.5 mile speedway. And we are in store for an interesting race here today, and especially in terms of this championship, because we could possibly see a new points leader heading into our next race. It's going to take a lot, though. You do have Jesse Turner and Seth Cole there, starting on the second row of this event. If either of those drivers win, and our current points leader, Hunter Braxton, receives 0 championship points, we could be seeing either one of those guys taking the points lead, but Hunter Braxton has been one of the strongest drivers so far, especially as of late in this season, and he's going to have a very good opportunity at holding on to that points lead and being a real threat in this championship in these last 6 races. He comes into this race with a 19-point lead. It was 21 yesterday. Jesse Turner finished second in the sprint race, received 2 championship points. But this is essentially the largest points lead that we've seen all season from a driver heading into a race. It's never been more than a race yet this season, but we'll have to see. That may close back in at the end of the day. But Hunter Braxton, your points leader, 93 total points towards the championship. 19 behind is Jesse Turner. Then it's Seth Cole, 21 points behind. Noah Clifton, 26 points behind. Will Parrish, 29 points behind. Clifton does have an opportunity at tying for the points lead mathematically. But only 4 guys kind of within that opportunity of taking the points lead here. So that window for the championship is starting to narrow quite a bit here in this Wawa Pro Series. And we only have 6 races remaining, so you got to get those points now if you're going to have any opportunity at getting it done. Of course, in the sprint race yesterday, saw Nathan Faden get the fastest time in that one, and also went to victory lane in that sprint race, so he grabbed 3 points. He has more top 10s this season than anybody else, but he hasn't really done much up front, only 2 top 5s, and he currently comes in 45 points behind. But a win here today would definitely give him a good opportunity at possibly having a shot at this championship. He's alongside Thomas Troxel there on the front row. Troxel was 1 year before in the Cup Series when we used to have the Cup Series back in the day, so Troxel knows how to get it done around the tricky triangle. You got Jesse Turner and Seth Cole making up row number 2 right there. 2 very top championship contenders here in this Wawa Pro Series, and Jesse Turner going for his 24th career win on the channel. Seth Cole looking to get his 3rd win of the season in a feature event. But we'll have to see what they can do from that second row. Dylan Young and Chris Reynolds make up row number 3. You got Vlad Prescott and Christian Master in row number 4. Zach Winkle and Noah Clifton in row number 5. William Brock, Logan Williams in row 6. Our points leader, Hunter Braxton, starting 13th to the inside of Will Parrish in row number 7. Nathan Orman and Brandon Nelson there in row number 8. Ethan Lewis, Zachary Fitzwater in row 9. Nathan Stapleton and Priya McShane in row 10. Trey Wright, Ryan Durrani, row 11. Brendan Wilmington and Dan Park rounding out the full field here for the Pennsylvania 100K at the Pocono Raceway. Nathan Faden looking for his first win in quite some time on the channel. However, if my memory serves me correctly, he won an IndyCar Series race here back in 2019, so that may also be playing into his effect on how well he runs here today. We're just going to have to see how it all goes down. Faden and Troxel on the front row. We're underway in the 10th race of the season in the Wawa Pro Series. For the race lead, here on lap number 1, Troxel going to take it away there on the inside of Nathan Faden. Seth Cole there in 3rd. Turner falling back to 4th after he started on that inside lane, but Cole was able to get that outside lane to work to his advantage, and he's going to work the inside to his advantage right here as he moves to the inside of Nathan Faden for the second position. Vlad Prescott up here in the number 8 machine, Dylan Young as well. They're all trying to figure it all out, but Thomas Troxel in the number 10 looking to take this race lead away. Now, Troxel started off the season very well, but since has not really found much success, only 3 top 10s so far this season. However, he's only 1 position behind Faden in the point standings after he had a solid run last time out at Watkins Glen. The only downside is he's 57 points behind. That's over 2 full races. Not only over 2 full races, but that's also over... not quite. You could make that up in 2 events. You'd have to win both sprint races, win both feature races, and then have the fastest lap in both feature races, and he could theoretically surpass Hunter Braxton if Braxton did not get any points in any of those events. But still, a win would definitely shoot him back up there, and with 5 races left, a lot can happen. I mean, Hunter Braxton has found a lot of his success as of late, but not much success going on right now for him here at Pocono, as he is stuck in the middle of the field and getting passed there by Logan Williams for position. We do have a cycle of pit stops to go through today. That will be right around halfway, a little bit past halfway, around lap 13, lap 14, but they will be able to make it on 1 stop as long as the race stays green here in this 25-lap race. Seth Cole there in second, Faden, Turner, and Prescott, the top 5. Then you got Zach Winkle, Dylan Young, Noah Clifton, and William Brock. Chris Reynolds in the last position, receiving championship points for the time being. Will Parrish going to move to the inside, though. Of course, Will Parrish started off the season with 6 straight top 10s, has yet to receive any championship points since he did that at the beginning of the season. But he's going to move inside the top 10 right here, slides up in the Chris Reynolds and William Brock. But that outside lane working pretty well. This is a slightly difficult place to make a pass. It's not impossible, but you do have to work those turns correctly in order to get it done. Seth Cole's going to get a good run there through the tunnel turn, and he's going to move to the inside here in turn number 3. This is one of the best places to make a pass here at the Pocono Raceway. As long as you get a good run off of turn 2, move to the inside, heading him to turn number 3, and you work that inside lane to your advantage. Jesse Turner going to take third away from Faden right there. Faden has not led a lap in this race after starting on the pole, but he's going to try to hold on there to the 3rd position. Got a good run there on that outside lane. That outside lane does get a sort of good run down the backstretch there, but Turner's going to hold the inside as Troxel's all over the back bumper of Seth Cole for the race lead. You got Dylan Young moving inside the top 5, and Dylan Young's had a pretty solid run the past couple of races. Won at Richmond, and then had a nice top 5 run at Watkins Glen. He comes into this race only 31 points behind Braxton, and if Braxton doesn't get anything today, which right now it's not looking too good for him, you could definitely be seeing Dylan Young shoot his way into this championship battle. But Thomas Troxel wants to do the same. He's back to the inside of Seth Cole for the race lead on lap 5. It's a very predictable racetrack, interestingly enough. It's not like some of these other places where they're sliding all over the place. They kind of hold their line fairly well here. We may do some modifications for future races here at the Pocono Raceway, but still a lot can happen in this event. Of course, we will have a cycle of pit stops. That'll definitely shake things up. You got Jesse Turner here in the number 17. Back in the 5th position, Zach Winkle has moved up to 4th, and another guy moving his way up is Noah Clifton there. Is there 3 wide back in here? Ethan Lewis, Nathan Orman, Will Parrish. Gotta be careful. 3 wide, they can get it to work, but if they're not careful enough, they'll be wrecking. But generally, this is a very clean racetrack. More often than not, we have caution-free races here at the Pocono Raceway. Back to the inside. Seth Cole, and now Dylan Young going to take a peek there to the inside for second on Thomas Troxel, and it looks like Young's going to be able to get it done here. So Seth Cole looking to go 2 in a row here in the Wawa Pro Series. He'll be the first driver to win 3 races this season, after he won the first 2 road courses of the season at Willow Springs and Watkins Glen. And I said yesterday in the sprint race that if there was any oval on the schedule that acted as a road course, it's this one right here. Of course, that does apply in real life a lot. Got Dylan Young gonna make a move to the inside right here. The number 2 machine has done an excellent job methodically working his way through the field here, and he is now going to take the race lead here in lap number 7. Fastest lap right now, currently held by Noah Clifton, and he is inside that top 10, so that's a good moment right there for Noah Clifton if he can hold on to that. He's had a bit of a tough run as of late after he led in the points for quite a while. We'll see if he rebounds here today. He's looking pretty well for that number 21 machine. Meanwhile, the points leader, Hunter Braxton, is all the way at the back of the field right now, so going to be interesting to see if he manages to sneak any points out of this one or not. Turner is falling back, however, in the number 17 machine. He is now going to fall to the 9th position, or should I say the 8th position right here, as Clifton looks to take 7th away from him. Ormond is in the 9th position, and then there's a battle for the last point between Will Parrish and William Brock. But Ethan Lewis here moving to the inside, and Nathan Staple, and all these guys are going to have an opportunity at some points here today if they stay in those respective positions once the cycle of pit stops begins. Thomas Troxell's moved himself back up to second. Now he's going to move himself back to the race lead, and he's going to bring Zach Winkle along with him there in the number 12 machine. And Winkle going to move to the inside of Dylan Young there for second. Seth Cole might have a shot at this as well, and don't count out Nathan Faden in this race either. Faden there inside the top 5. Clifton's looking fast, just like Dylan Young, moving his way through the field here in this one. And number 21 seems to have a nice long-run car here at the Pocono Raceway, and that might give him a good advantage here in this race. Of course, Noah Clifton has already won twice this season at Daytona, and I'm trying to remember the other race he won. Indianapolis. And actually wouldn't be surprised if there was any one track on the schedule closely similar to Pocono. It's Indianapolis. And we've seen on the 2 short tracks this season, both won by Dylan Young. The 2 road courses both won by Seth Cole. The 2 2.5-mile flat ovals. This is a triangle, but you still get the idea. They could both go to Noah Clifton here in the number 21, and it would be his 3rd win of the season as well, if he can in fact pull it off. Seth Cole moving back through the field. Dylan Young falling back there, and Turner is in the 10th position. He is falling back in that 17 machine. He does not have the speed in that car like some of these other guys do, and it looks like Will Parrish might get him run to the inside of him right here for that last position. Troxell now pulling away as Seth Cole is taking 2nd. Nathan Faden looking to take 3rd away right here from Zach Winkle. And you got Dylan Young side by side with Winkle for the 4th position, and Noah Clifton might move himself inside the top 5 right here. Haven't talked about Nathan Ormond too much in this race, but he's going to have a good opportunity at some points. Ormond comes 42 points behind, so he's in a very similar situation to Nathan Faden coming in. But a race victory for Nathan Ormond would be a very good opportunity, and all these guys know they're going to have a good opportunity of closing in on this championship with Hunter Braxton still way outside the top 10. Nathan Faden there in the number 99 looking to close in, get around Seth Cole. They're all in a single file line, all on each other. Vlad Prescott now trying to get around Zach Winkle. Winkle has fallen back to 7th, and he may lose another one here. Turner got back around William Brock there for the 9th position. That's a good run there for Jesse Turner, trying to rebound after he fell back. And now you got Faden with help from Dylan Young for 2nd. The pole sitter is yet to lead a lap in this race, but he has found himself back inside this top 2. Trott's a little wide off the corner. That may give Faden a good run down the front stretch. May have referred to it as the back stretch earlier on. It's the front stretch. But that is relative to where they put the start-finish line. Dylan Young's going to take 3rd. How about Ormond? Ormond's going to move to the inside for the 3rd position here. Now you got Clifton on Seth Cole. Zach Winkle is right behind him, and Vlad Prescott's kind of been hanging in this top 10 all day. Turner and Brock have closed back in. These guys have closed back in. They spread out quite a bit, but they've closed back in. Faden is right here. If he gets a good run through the tunnel turn, he's going to make a move into turn number 3. However, we're closing in on the cycle of pit stops beginning here, so that could also play a big factor. If you're in one of these top 3 positions coming down and you come down on that first run, which it looks like they're pretty low on the racetrack right there. They're going to begin the cycle. Clifton's going to stay out, but nearly the entire field. Coming down the pit lane, Stapleton and McShane stay out as well. So right at halfway, quite literally, they're coming down the pit lane. They actually have 13 laps to go here, so in testing, they did not have any issue, but if we do get a caution, we may see some of these guys come down the pit lane. But Thomas Troxell leads the field down. We'll have to see if there is any strategy on the tire wear here. They are all taking right sides at this moment. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires for all these guys. This is one of those tracks where you definitely want to have 4 tires on your race car. Troxel's going to easily get out ahead there of the field. Nathan Ormond, a big gainer right there. Then Dylan Young, Zach Winkle, Nathan Faden, William Brock. Turner did not have a good run on the pit lane. He's going to fall outside the top 10 there. So it was an opportunity for Seth Cole and Jesse Turner to gain something on Hunter Braxton in this race, but looking like Turner might not be able to gain anything. Seth Cole, however, may still have an opportunity at getting something to go his way. Now we're going to have to see how this plays out for Clifton and these guys. Because if Clifton comes out here ahead of Thomas Troxel, could have an opportunity at possibly getting this race victory. Winkle's going to go for what will presumably be 3rd on Dylan Young. And then you got Nathan Faden there running in the 5th position of these guys who have come off the pit lane. Here's Clifton. He's coming off. Troxel has just crossed the start-finish line. It's going to be kind of tight right here, but I do think Troxel is going to easily surpass Clifton for the race lead. So Troxel has control of this race now. But we still have ourselves 12 laps to go, and these guys are more than likely going to close back in on each other. Looks like they may have worked out fairly well for Priya McShane, however. She may have just found herself inside the top 10. And Ethan Lewis up there as well. One thing we know for sure, unless something really crazy happens, Hunter Braxton's not going to get any points here today. He's currently in the last position. So that hot streak that Hunter Braxton had coming into this race, it looks like it's going to fizzle out here today at the Pocono Raceway. Troxel in the number 10 holding on to the race lead. Nathan Ormond going for 2nd here on Noah Clifton. Of course, Clifton's still getting up to speed a little bit, so that is affecting him just in the slightest. But you got these guys, you know, we have long straightaways here. That draft will definitely be significant for all these guys and looking to close in on Thomas Troxel, but they got 1.5 seconds to get to him. So it's going to be difficult to gain all that ground and have an opportunity here at Thomas Troxel for this race victory. But Nathan Ormond's going to try to do it. That number 9 is fast. He had a great run on the pit lane, and we'll have to see if he has a good run here later part of this race. Winkle going to move to the inside for the 3rd position. Nathan Faden on Dylan Young. William Brock, Will Parrish, Seth Cole, Ethan Lewis has just gotten around Priya McShane for the 10th position. So Lewis in that last position for championship points. Fastest lap still Noah Clifton. And Clifton is still in the top 10, but he is falling back a little bit right here. And Nathan Ormond is closing back in on our race leader. He gained about 0.6 of a second that last lap right there. I think all these guys are going to close right back in on each other here and have an opportunity at this race victory. But Troxel is hoping that does not happen, but he's got 10 laps to go. And they have to be a little bit careful on the fuel mileage. Just a little bit. Obviously, you can make it past halfway, but that fuel mileage is right there at the halfway point of this race, so it could get a little interesting if these guys run it just a little too hard. Nathan Faden here, looking to get a good run after starting on the pole position. No one in the top 4 has won yet this season. Clifton has won twice. Dylan Young has won twice. William Brock almost won at Daytona. Seth Cole has won twice. So all 3 of the guys who have won multiple races this season inside the top 10 right now. And yeah, Will Parrish looking to get some points here. He's 9th. And then McShane going for that last point on Ethan Lewis. And it looks like she is going to get it there entering turn number 1. Meanwhile, Ormond is right there in the back bumper of Thomas Troxel. That number 9 is very quick. And to the inside for the race lead on lap 17. Ormond's going to take it away from Troxel. You also got Clifton back here on Nathan Faden, but Ormond going to try to make a move on the inside of Troxel for the race lead. And I think he's going to be able to get it right here entering turn number 3. That's going to open the door for Zach Winkle to make a move on Troxel as well. Number 12 coming in here, and Noah Clifton has found some speed again, and he's going to take the 3rd position away from Troxel. Clifton's going to try to move now to the inside of Winkle for 2nd. I don't think anyone's going to pull away with this one at this point of the race. They're going to close back in again. I think one of these 5 guys is more than likely going to get the win. But then again, if these guys stay in a line, they'll close right back in and have a shot at race victory. Clifton going to try again here on Zach Winkle. That is for the 2nd position. He's not going to be able to do it, and Nathan Ormond Single file out front at the moment. Faden going to try to move back to the inside of Clifton. Troxel fell back to 5th there. Get stuck in that outside lane here at the Pocono Raceway, and you just don't have anything. An outside lane just simply doesn't work here. These 4 guys all on each other here. Zach Winkle there in the 2nd position, getting some help there from all those guys behind, but Clifton's going to try to move back to the inside and take it away. As the run goes on, the field closes back in, oddly enough, here at the Pocono Raceway, and that's going to open the door there for Troxel. Troxel might be able to get to the inside of Faden for 4th. A lot of points at stake up front here, because each position, the difference between 1st and 2nd is 7 points. And then you got a 3-point difference between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then a 2-point difference there between 4th and 5th. The 5th place only gets 10 points, while the winner gets 25. So that's a 15-point difference from Troxel to Ormond right now. Faden trying to get to the inside of Clifton, but all these guys have kind of found their rhythm, and they have not been able to really make any moves on each other. Clifton's going to try again this time, as we got 6 laps to go here in the Pennsylvania 100K. We got some 3 wide here, and Priya McShane moving to the inside. She's going to go 3 wide, or tried to do so on Will Parrish and Dylan Young. And Clifton was able to get around Zach Winkle right there. Clifton's going to have a shot here at Nathan Norman. I think Clifton's going to win this race. The pattern seems to really seem strong when it comes to these similar types of racetracks. Dylan Young won both of the short tracks. Seth Cole won both of the road courses. Clifton looking to win both of the flat 2.5 miles. And he's going to move to the inside of Nathan Orman for the race lead with 5 laps to go. So Noah Clifton, we really haven't talked too much about him. You know, you know what I mentioned at the top of the show? Of course, he doesn't have the fastest lap anymore. That actually goes to Jesse Turner. But if Clifton wins the race, has the fastest lap, Braxton falls outside the top 10. Clifton ties for the points lead at the end of this race. But without that fastest lap, which was taken from him by Jesse Turner there in the number 17, he's trying to close back in here, but if Turner doesn't fall inside the top 10, he will not get any points in this feature event. Trey Wright's on the pit lane, an issue on the 23 machine. And I think that has recently happened. Just tough break there for Trey Wright. It's not been a good season. Orman's going to move back to the inside. Going to be a battle between all 5 of these guys. I don't know if any of these guys behind are going to close in. And Priya McShane's moving her way through the field very well. She just took 7th away from Dylan Young. She's going to try to look back to the inside of William Brock. And Clifton's going to try to work that outside, but everyone's going with Ormond on that inside lane. And Faden may go 3 wide. Nathan Faden knows this is a good opportunity for him to take this race lead away. Clifton's going to fall back right here, or is he? Faden was unable to hold that inside very well. He had to check up just a little bit, and Noah Clifton's going to go ahead and take 2nd away. Or keep 2nd, I should say. Troxel back to the inside for 3rd. Troxel really had a good opportunity once the cycle was done. Now Clifton back to the back bumper of Ormond. Will he move to the inside here? He will not. But Troxel's got a run to the inside of Faden for the 3rd position. They don't count out Winkle. We really haven't talked too much about Winkle, but here he is with a good opportunity at getting something done. 4 laps to go now, 3 laps to go. Here in the Pennsylvania 100K, Nathan Orman holding on, but Clifton and Troxel want to take this one away from him. Fastest lap still Jesse Turner, but Turner needs to finish top 10 to get that bonus point. So if that's the case, no one will get that fastest lap bonus point here today. It's the case that we had at Watkins Glen as well. Noah Clifton I think Clifton's trying to get a bit of a gap between him and Troxel so that he can just duke it out with Orman himself and not have to worry about anybody else, because lots of times when you make that pass and you got someone right behind you, then that guy's also going to make the pass. 2 laps to go this time by for Nathan Orman. You got to think, too, the tire wear is also significant at this point, so these guys are trying to manage all of that because it's right at the end of a run here. Turner's going to try to get this this top 10 run. He was across the line 13th, going for another position right there. Clifton. He was looking, but Ormond is holding on to that position. It's going to be the white flag next time by. Clifton going to take a bit of a higher line through the tunnel turn. That might not have been a good idea because that inside lane is where you want to be. Faden might try to get the podium here on Troxel. Oh, but Clifton's going to close back in. Clifton may actually lead this lap. That was a very good run through turn number 3. He's going to peek to the inside, and white flag in the air here at Pocono for Nathan Ormond, but Clifton is to his inside. If Faden's going to have any shot at winning this race, he's going to have to go with Clifton here, but Ormond able to get that outside lane to work to his advantage, or does he? No! Clifton's got to run to the inside. They're going to be side by side up at turn number 1, or are they? Not really good at figuring out what's going on in this race, but Noah Clifton has taken it away. Faden's going for second right there, and that might just do it. But Faden's going to have a shot at this win now. A really good run through the tunnel turn for the number 99. He's really going to have to dive it in the turn number 3 if he's going to have any shot. I don't think he's going to do it. Noah Clifton in the number 21. It's going to be his 3rd win of the season. And a last lap pass for Noah Clifton as he wins the Pennsylvania 100K. Faden gets 2nd. Ormond gets the podium. Then it's Troxel and Priya McShane coming through to get the 5th position away from Zach Winkle. And guess what? Jesse Turner did get a top 10, which means he will get that bonus point for the fastest lap, which is going to be critical because now he's going to have 2 guys to worry about ahead of him. Actually, he'll have 3 because Seth Cole finished 7th. But it's Clifton, Faden, Ormond, Troxel, McShane, Winkle, Seth Cole, Vlad Prescott, Dylan Young, and Jesse Turner all receiving championship points, but it's Noah Clifton with his 3rd win of the season. He won Indianapolis. He's won Pocono. The only he's won every 2.5 mile racetrack we've gone to this season. Talladega's 2 2/3. So Clifton has swept the 2.5 mile races this season here in the Wawa Pro Series. Something else right there. Clifton getting it done on a last lap pass there on Nathan Ormond. That was a good race. That was a pretty good race. You know, I know Pocono, you can kind of tell, is not the most exciting track in the world, but we had a good race at the end there. Noah Clifton, Nathan Faden, Nathan Ormond rounding out the podium positions. Troxel, McShane all getting points there. But Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, that's good. Those 2 points are going to go a long way. I mean, Turner's been doing really good in the sprint races. He's been getting like a lot of like little points every time. He got a couple more right there. That's better than nothing for Jesse Turner, who also got the fastest lap in this race. But the big story there, Hunter Braxton did not receive any championship points as he finished outside the top 10. However, he's going to have a 1-point lead heading into Atlanta next week. The only thing is, it's not the Atlanta end these guys know. It's the new version of the Atlanta Motor Speedway, which we have yet to see in real life. So hopefully I do get that recorded and out before the real-life Atlanta race. Real-life Atlanta race is next weekend. So probably going to be after it, knowing how I work with this series. Next week is also IndyCar at Texas as well, so we'll be doing all of that for their 3rd race of the season. And if you watched the sprint race yesterday, you know that a 2nd season of this Wawa Pro Series will be coming. It's going to be a little bit more polished, a little bit more official. We're going to have custom teams again, finally. And it's going to be on the Next Gen mod, which is excellent. I gotta be honest, I love the Next Gen car. It races great. I mean, it's been a great season so far. And I gotta tell you, the numbers look so much better slid forward than they do centered on these cars. I love the numbers being slid forward. I love it. I think it's a clean look. And not everybody hits it right in terms of design, but when they do hit it right, it's great. And it just looks clean. I like it. So if you don't like it, I disagree with you. Noah Clifton, though, gets the win here in the Wawa Pro Series. And that's 25 more points towards the championship for him right there. And we're going to have ourselves a really good battle in this championship. We got Atlanta, Road America, Martinsville, Michigan, and Darlington to round out the season. Clifton's won a race at Road America before. Atlanta's essentially a super speedway. Martinsville's going to be fun. Michigan is another essential super speedway. And then, of course, you got Darlington to round it all up. That's probably the toughest racetrack on the schedule because a lot can happen there. And you got to be careful around that Darlington Raceway. And that's going to be one of the longer races of the season as well, because it's the finale race. Want to have some substance to that. But hey, it's still going to take over a month to finish this season at this rate. So we're going to take our time with it, but it's going to be a fun finale here in the Wawa Pro Series. So we got 5 races left to go here in season number 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the point standings after 10 full events, and we will see you guys next time out for the Georgia 100K at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the newly reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway. It should be fun. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Noah Clifton, and I will see you guys later.